I made $1.4 million as a 22-year-old starting from zero when I was just 19 from my college dorm room. I started while I was in school with a full-time job and with zero experience. All it took was 3 simple steps and a laptop, and in this video, I'm gonna walk you through it step by step so you can do it too. The first step is learn. I remember when I was starting an online business, the very first step that I took wasn't just starting an online business and selling things to people on the internet. The first thing I did was I went and got a full-time job doing and learning the skill that I wanted to start a business doing. I knew that I had some skills with content creation and social media, and so I went and got a full-time job as a marketing director at a real estate firm first. I did that for a full entire year. I learned so much about funnels and ads and how to build websites and email campaigns. And so after doing that job 40 hours a week, driving to the office full time, it made starting an online business 10 times easier. And I ended up scaling from 0 to 10 grand a month in just 16 days from the day I started. And I credit all of that because I actually went and got a full-time job as a marketing director. The best way to learn skills is simply by doing it for somebody else. Whether you go get a full-time job working for just one client or boss, learning something like sales or marketing, or whether you go decide to get multiple clients as a freelancer or as an agency owner, you need to learn skills by doing it for other people. When I first started my agency and when I first got my first ever job, those are 2 of the best ways to learn skills. I was doing a service done for you for a client or for my boss. And it allowed me to have the freedom to try new things, test out different email campaigns, see what works, try different ads and see what works without risking my own money, and where I can get paid to learn at the same time. Now, once you've learned and you have skills, the second step is to sell. The one thing stopping you from making money online is simply just selling an offer. And so once you have these skills, the next step is to sell your skills. There's 2 ways to sell your skills online. One is one-on-one, meaning that you're getting on calls and you're coaching, consulting, explaining things to people based on the skills you have. Let's say the skill you learned was how to do YouTube just like you're watching right now. You can get on one-on-one calls and show other people one-on-one how to do YouTube. The second way to sell your skills is through a service. And this would be, if you learned YouTube marketing as your skill, this would be scripting out the video for your client and then editing the video, editing the thumbnail, getting the title ready to go, and publishing the videos for them. So those are the 2 ways to sell your skills. Most people start with a service and then eventually can get into one-on-one, but some people just start off coaching, consulting, one-on-one. This was the first ever business that I started. I learned how to do paid ads and how to do video marketing for the company I was working for full time. And so when I went to go start my first ever online business, I basically just sold that skill of video marketing and paid ads to a bunch of people rather than just selling it to the one company I was working for. And this is what started my first ever agency. I got my first 4 clients, each paying $2,500 a month in the first 16 days. And that's how I ultimately made my first $10,000 a month on the internet, was simply just selling that one skill as a service and a little bit of coaching one-on-one to my clients. And eventually I ended up scaling that same business within 8 months to $50,000 per month. Now, the good thing about selling your skills is that you can make a lot of money on the internet doing that. 20, 30, even $50,000 a month selling your skills one-on-one or as a service. Eventually though, you don't want to just provide these skills one-on-one or as a service because it's not very scalable, right? You can only work with so many clients because you're limited by your time. You only have so much time. So that moves me to step number 3, which is to productize. You need to productize or programize your skills and sell them as a product or a program rather than selling them as a service or one-on-one for your time. I remember even making the transition from selling my skills as a done-for-you service for my clients to then just coaching them one-on-one, and it allowed me to have so much more leverage on my time. My fulfillment per client went from spending 3, 4, 5 hours a month per client that was each paying $2 grand a month to clients paying me the same amount of money, $2 grand a month, for just 1 hour of my time per month. I can now work with literally 4 times as many people, and that's what allowed me to grow my coaching business to $100,000 a month. And then I remember making the transition from one-on-one coaching to selling a program, and that's when my time and the amount of money that I make completely separated. And that's how you productize and programize a service, is when in order to grow your business, it doesn't actually take you more time. That's how you know you've productized or programized your offer. In order to take all the skills you have and the content in your head and be able to share it as a product or a program, you need to get really, really good at it. And you need to get good at teaching it efficiently to other people. Otherwise, you're gonna end up having a crappy product or a crappy program, and no one wants to buy a crappy program. So that's why we start off by selling it as a service or one-on-one, so we can learn how to deliver that kind of program to a client eventually. If you've already learned skills and you want to learn how to sell them or programize them, go ahead and watch this video right here, where I'm gonna walk you through how to do that and how to scale somewhere between 30,000 and 50,000 a month doing that. Peace out.